Hello everyone. This week's Torah portion, Parshat Truma, begins Exodus chapter 25 verse 1. And in that verse, God says to Moses, "Say to the Israelites to bring me gifts, to bring me a Truma, an offering, and that everyone can bring forth these gifts, whose ever heart so moves them." The next verses detail the gifts that God is looking for. And then the last verse in this section says, "And with these gifts, Asuli mikdash, make for me a sanctuary, v'shachanti b'tocham, that I might dwell amongst them." One question that we could ask is, why is God so specific about these instructions? Why is it that to build the sanctuary, they have to be gifts, that everyone is invited to participate, and that it all has to do is be from the heart? Lots of different answers, but I want to share with you one that I particularly loved that came from one of our 6th graders in our day school, from Yoni Lesserman. He noted that what God was asking for in terms of the building of this particular building was in distinct contrast to what the Israelites had done as slaves. When they were slaves to Pharaoh, the first thing that we're told that they built were 2 cities for pharaohs, Pithom and Ramses. And here, God is asking them to build a building. And therefore, God wants to draw the distinction between the way God asks and the way Pharaoh. Pharaoh enslaved and demanded. God offers and invites. Pharaoh made them do it and had them provide the materials that were necessary. God invites them to bring forth the gifts of their heart freely. In doing so, what God knows is that in order for God to have a building built to God, it must be done completely differently than Pharaoh required of the slaves and of the Israelites at that time. That was Yoni's comment. It was a terrific comment. And what it shows and reflects is the Torah's sensitivity and the challenge to us to be as equally sensitive to where people are coming from, what the context is, what the history is. Just as God was sensitive to the Israelites and their history as slaves, and therefore asked of them for something similar, a building, but did so in an entirely different way, so too we must challenge ourselves when we engage with people to know them, to see them, to understand them, so that when we ask of things for them, we do so having a full sense of who they are and show full sensitivity to all that has happened to them. And that, my friends, is your Torah in 2.